Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Ty and Robbie with me. We've just beaten Real Madrid 3-0, 3-2 on aggregate and through to the semi-finals of the Women's Champions League. Ty, I'm going to let you start because these lot at Heard and Bias were just cussing you when you said, I always go with 2-0, but I'm going to say 3-0. And they laughed. Him and Yardi, right?
They weren't cussing me, they weren't laughing at me. They were cussing and laughing at me hard now. No, listen, forget about that. Well done to our women and all that. I want to know about you meeting Will. Forget about that. That's the main story. You meeting the legend Will Smith, Captain America. What? That's what I want to know, Cecil. I should put the thing on you, say, what was Will like? Where did you meet him?
I met Will Smith in LA and he was a very lovely man. And we had he's very good.
Fantastic.
The fans are happy. And we'll talk off camera, of course. But you're right. We'll give the credit to the women tonight because it's an incredible achievement. 3-0. They were 2-0 down, obviously, in aggregate. At half time, actually, I keep saying 3-0.
Yeah.
We was 0-0 at half. In 45 minutes, we won the game.
It was, but the thing is, jokes aside, I was very confident because the thing is, we should.
But what do you mean? Where was the confidence? It's Real Madrid.
Yes.
They're 2-0 down.
Yes.
Like, where is that confidence coming from?
The confidence came, like I was telling Robbie and Yardi, this Real Madrid women, with respect to them, they're not the Real Madrid men, so they don't have the experience. And we do have the experience, and I was confident that when we got them on our own pitch, we'd be able to blitz them because they couldn't get the ball. Caicedo, listen, big her up.
Good player.
Fantastic player, and also if you look at her personal story, recovering from I don't know what kind of cancer it was, to play football and all that. So big her up. She was out of the game because on their pitch it was a terrible pitch. Nobody should play in it. But that's what sort of leveled up. But on our pitch, we just I can't even speak. We swept it around. They couldn't get it, and that I think that was the plan. The plan was to smother them. When it didn't work in the first half, we should have scored some goals. I think what Rene must have said is that be patient, your chances will come. And boy, did they come. And it should have been more than.
It should have been more. I think you're right there. He spoke about Linda Caicedo there, and she done well against them in the first leg. But you can't tell me just the pitch is the difference between that and this.
I mean, the pitch in the first half was terrible. In the first game was terrible, but both teams played on the same pitch. But it was awful. But in this performance today, incredible. As soon as the whistle went for the first half, the women were unbelievable. Absolutely. The men, I hope the men were watching tonight. I mean, like you said, obviously the Real Madrid men, they're the best of the best, right? But let's not forget, these women are Real Madrid women. They beat Barcelona, which is the team that won the Champions League last season. They beat them 3-1 at the weekend, right? You know what I mean? They've been doing well, right? So for Arsenal to turn around a 2-0 deficit, and they fully deserved it. I mean, they had 2 goals disallowed. They could have had more goals.
They had a lot more.
They were in the first half. They had so many chances. In the second half, they came out and absolutely blitzed them. I think that's, I've watched a lot of the women's games. I think that's the best performance I've ever seen from them. Like, total domination from start. They just absolutely were just, the way they pressed. I mean, it was so impressive, right? And I want to mend them. To just
the men them,
what they right? I hope they, listen, they're a great side of men as well. Yeah. But I want them to watch this, and I see him bouncing out. He did predict 3-0, right? He always predicts.
Oh right, yeah, he's got a spawn as well.
What it is, right? He always predicts 2-0, right? Yeah. And what it is, because he knew we needed to get at least 3. That's why I predicted the 3-0. But he was confident. But there was somebody who weren't confident. Remember, we did a live before. And Turkish was saying, Turkish. You said before the game that they've got a 10% chance.
Correct.
The women, they've only got a 10% chance,
crazy,
right? And let this just be a message once again to all those people that are writing off the men as well, that are saying, I've been saying the men, based off of how good Real Madrid have been, the men's team, I'm giving them at least a 40% chance, and people are saying I'm deluded. Why? Why? You saw today with the women, they were 2-0 down.
90% chance. 90%.
No, sorry.
99% chance.
Because I think Robbie's a bit mad with 40, but I mean...
90,
that is crazy.
Right? But listen, the men have got a chance as well. Yeah. The men have got a chance as well. That's what I mean? Let's make it a double. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let's make it a double.
We want to see 3-0 against the men here. I mean, it's a big ask.
Listen, let's make it a double, man. Listen, the men do the job, the women... Imagine if they both... go through and got to the semis. You know what I mean? Like,
mad.
I mean, I'm not sure. Ty, who've they
got Leon, right? They got Leon.
Leon.
So give us
Leon.
is that a favourable tie? They got European pedigree.
Yeah, Leon are probably the best.
Leon are the Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They're the Real, when it comes to the team that have won it the most times. You know, they're the Real Madrid of the Champions League when it comes to the Champions League. They're the Real Madrid. You know,
Barcelona's obviously a tough
that'd be
side as well.
Yeah,
Barcelona obviously a tough side in Champions League.
Leon are the best. So it's going to be a difficult game, but listen, we're in it to win it. And we're in it.
Blues.
And we played in, I don't think we played in blue. I think you got the wrong colour.
Anyway.
So Leon's going to be difficult, but listen, we're through to the semi-final, and you never know. Like I said, I know Yardi. I don't like Yardi. I know Yardi was saying, he's only saying because he couldn't say. That's what I said, because that's what I was confident. But what it is that we didn't panic. Even at 0-0, we carried on because we knew we'd get the chances. Because the thing is, like Robbie was saying, it was total domination. Real Madrid couldn't be chasing us on the Emirates pitch.
They had a big opportunity, a double save for great double save.
Didn't it go? It wasn't. I think it was the flag was up.
No,
was it up?
was up and
It was a great save.
Incredible.
And we had all the possession. It's funny. It felt like watching the men's, all the possession, creating chances, and then they have that one killer attack that luckily was saved.
One thing, man, with the women, you know, I mean, I wish we had a male version of Alessia Russo, right? Because she is some striker. I mean, like, she was unlucky not to get the hat trick because the goal got disallowed. But she was brilliant today.
On fire.
What a player! What a player! And I mean, whether she's playing for England, whether she's playing for Arsenal, she is an unbelievable player.
We can't draft her in instead of Mika Maria, just put her up top.
You know what I mean? Might have to like get Russo in, man. You know what I mean? Like she is unbelievable, and you know. Yet again, you know what I mean, when it comes to the women's game, you know what I mean, the Arsenal women just impressed the crowds, you know what I mean, 2-0 down, you know, still over 20,000 in there, you know what I mean, big crowd on the weekend as well.
Record Champions League away attendance.
Yeah, big crowd on the weekend, you know, and I tell you, for that semi-final here, this place will probably be packed. You better get a ticket early. I reckon they'll sell it out, definitely.
It's going to be huge. Let me close off by asking both of you. There was word today, you said 90% chance that we're going to go through against the men's Real Madrid team. With Saka, I don't know if you heard this, there's news that he could be available for Fulham.
I heard.
Go on, for Fulham, yeah.
I'm trying to. Oh, really? Well, I'm
Fulham.
I'm trying to act like Banana Rama. I heard the rumour, so.
No. So if the rumour is true, does your percentage go up? Are you confident? You know, with Saka coming back into the side, potentially for Fulham so soon.
It's quite weird because on a radio station which I won't name the other day, I actually heard rumours by the Timex Social Club. Now that's a fantastic song. Wow. So you know it's a bit weird. If that is true, that is amazing. That is amazing. I hope that is true.
Would you put him straight back in the side?
No. He'd have to be on the bench. But listen, when he came on against Liverpool, that virtuoso performance was unbelievable. Listen, I don't want to diss Andy Robertson, but Andy Robertson's probably having nightmares now because it was what he did to him in football terms was incredible, and he wasn't even fit.
Let me finish.
That's true. You know, that's true. And listen, if he is fit for that Fulham game, give him like 15-20 minutes at Fulham. Yeah. Give him another 15-20 minutes against Everton, and then if he's all right, man, then start him against Real Madrid.
Do you start him against Real Madrid, Ty?
Yeah, I would.
Absolutely. If he.
So you're going to drop Ethan.
Yeah, and it's no disrespect to Ethan.
Man. It's no disrespect to Ethan.
Ethan when
Ethan's been brilliant. Ethan's been brilliant, but it's Bukayo Saka, and Ethan didn't even start the last game for Arsenal. Remember that? Yeah. You know what I mean? I think Ethan, Arteta might look at it and say, right, I've got him as an impact. Yeah. Obviously, if Saka's just coming back, he'll gas out after a while. So
after when he stepped in since Saka's been away, he's been that man. And
he has, but it's like
Premier League, my friend.
It's like
Champions League.
Champions League.
Big league team.
You're right, Cecil, but Robbie's right. The thing is, it's like today, even though Real Madrid were 2-0 up, the experience on our side is massive, and you can't substitute for that. Because if Real Madrid had the experience, we might not beat them, but I knew that we have the experience they don't. Because can you imagine, you're going to go, you're 2-0 up, and you're going away to a very hostile place. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. That Real Madrid women's team don't have the experience.
But the first game is here at home, so would you drop Ethan for Saka if he's fully fit? Then?
Absolutely, no disrespect.
I'm surprised to hear that from you. I don't know. I thought you'd be.
It's not a drop-in thing. It's like it's about rotation. It's about your best player is available. Your best player is available. You're playing the best team around. He has to play.
But do you not want both of them in the side? Do you not want both of them? If you want to if you want your best team, you find both ways.
But I want a balanced team. I don't want to be. I mean, that's the other thing. I don't want to be just shoehorning in people, right? And as I said, you can play Saka. When he's starting to run out of energy, you then bring Ethan Nwaneri on. You know what I mean? It's his best case scenario. But your best player, if he's fit, he has to play. You know what I mean? You're playing Real Madrid. Yeah, this is not a friendly. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
he has to play. Yeah, Bukayo Saka's our best player. We've missed him. Whether it be his attacking prowess, whether it even just be even the set pieces that he puts in, that guy has to play if he's fit. 100%.
All right. Well, listen. Big up Bukayo Saka. Big up obviously the Arsenal men's team. Obviously going to be playing Real Madrid. But the main congratulations is to the women tonight, winning 3-0, going through to the semi-finals. What an amazing performance! A great showcase of women's football as well. The quality was unbelievable. What a performance! What a win!
You know what? I'm glad you stated that. The quality.
This quality is unreal.
The quality on show. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the women's game now, you know, is on another level. It's on another level, man. Anybody who hasn't been to a women's game, you need to get down and watch these games, man. It's another level. It's another level, you know what I mean? And well done.
The vibe and energy is so great here at the Emirates. So if you can, come down and support the ladies as well. And listen, like I said, just as I close off, congrats to them. Through to the semi-finals of Champions League. Hopefully that'll be the same story for the men's side come the end of the month next month. Take care, we'll see you soon.